All right, hello and welcome to the channel. Sorry for the weird angle.
So
I thought that was a photo.
We have got an awesome road trip coming up here. Rivian versus Tesla, all the way up to Stowe, Vermont.
Except we're not racing.
We're not racing, but or at least comparing the charging networks and the drive and everything. So the ladies here are heading out in the Rivian first to take our 3-year-old. We're gonna head out with the twins in
About an hour.
in about an hour in the Tesla. And we'll see, I guess the race will be if we're able to catch up in the Tesla. All right, so come along with us and let's drive.
With us at dinner. Peace.
It's gonna be great.
It is recording.
We did it.
Becca, we did it on time.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
That's right. Look at us. Just call us your IT team. That's right. I'm sorry. We work in tech support now. Thank you. All right. So welcome to the channel. I'm going to do Tyler's introduction, even though he's probably going to cut this out. I'm Jen. This is Becca.
Hi.
We are in our Rivian R1S heading up to Stowe, Vermont. We've got an assignment for content. I don't remember what the assignment was, so we're kind of just going to talk about what we want to talk about. Charging,
Impressions?
yes. Impressions of the car.
General banter.
General banter.
Okay.
And whatever else we want to kind of put on here. All right, so my husband didn't ask for content, but I'm giving him content. So we are packing up for our trip up to Stowe. We're doing 2 cars, first all EV road trip, and this is just a quick snapshot of how much stuff I was able to fit in the trunk of the Rivian. And like, honestly, I don't think I even fully utilized all of the storage compartments correctly, but this is great because for the first time that we're going, I'm going to be able to see out the rearview mirror. So that's the trunk situation. And then the front, my beloved packed up. So I know for a fact that this space is not utilized at 100%, but that's where we've got a whole bunch. I mean, you can't really see what's under here because there's jackets, but there's like ski helmets and boots and my bag and stuff. So yeah, this should be fun. Let's see how this goes. All right, we're off on our way, just leaving the house in New Jersey. We're all the boys here in the Tesla, about an hour, what are we, hour and 20 minutes maybe behind the ladies,
yeah.
Ladies in Arlo. Looked like they were in Kingston, New York already. We're heading out.
Turn off my heated seat.
Yes. It's not on. But we are, yeah, so just by comparison with route planning, all I did was type in where we're going here in the Tesla and it figured out where to stop. There were about 3 different route options we could take that all have superchargers along the way. And we know that they're going to be working, so yeah, no issue. The only question maybe with this one, so we're going to be stopping at the one with the Magic Dock, will be how available is it and how many non-Teslas will be there. When we were there in the Rivian, there was one other R1S there, and like 2 Teslas, so there's still plenty of space. So I think we'll be fine. It's Thursday. Oh, I forgot we're at 100%, so there's like no regen braking because we almost just went through the red light.
That's right.
Oops. But yeah, here in the Tesla should be relatively routine. I think this is the 3rd time. Well, it'd only be the 2nd time in the Model Y, but I think it's the 3rd or 4th time we've gone up this way in a Tesla. So we're well versed in this now. Plan is to go from New Jersey up to outside of Burlington, stop at Fiddlehead just to pick up some beer there. We'll charge at Malta, New York Supercharger on the way, which has the Magic Dock. Then after Fiddlehead, we'll stop at the. It actually says that we can make it all the way to the to our place outside of Stowe on one charge at the Malta one, but I think instead we're gonna hop a little bit. We'll charge up more fully at the one in Williston, which is near the pizza place and stuff that we like there. So it gives us a good dinner stop, and that way we can also get the car as filled up as possible, so that like we know what the charging situation of the place is, but we basically have a 110 outlet in a garage that we can park at, so we can use that overnight, but we don't want to stress that too much with both this and the Rivian and like blow their fuses or anything. And we also only one car can go in there, which will probably be the Tesla, so it's gonna the whole weekend will be a little bit of an exercise in like rotating through the cars to just keep them charged enough to do the daily run back and forth to the ski resort and the condo, and then like also make sure we have enough to get back out of town and to the highway where the faster chargers are.
All right, boys, you comfy back there? Can't even see you guys.
Yes.
We've got skis inside to keep our efficiency higher and also keep the wind noise down. And we have plenty of unused space in here. So having the two EVs, even with 7 human beings and all the associated ski equipment and luggage and skates, is more than enough. All right, well.
Wait, we have skates?
Yeah, I brought your skates in case we make it to ice skating.
Did you bring mine? I forgot mine.
No.
Okay.
Sorry. You can rent the little fire pit thing for us. That's like $200 an hour.
Oh, great. Yes.
It'll be another fun time. It'll be negative 20 degrees up there, and we decide we need to go skating. Everybody's freezing and angry.
Yeah, of course.
So that's going to be a game time decision.
Naturally.
All right. So
Okay.
2 hours 40 minutes to go.
So we are, I don't even know how long into the trip we are, to be honest. So we are at our first charge stop. So this charge stop is going to be an EvGo at a Target, which will give us something to do and a bathroom to use. But so have like this thing, like this little bar shaded here, which should be telling me how much range I have left. Nope, I have to keep going straight, so it's not at the Target. No, but it's okay. Well, we're gonna figure this out. It should be telling me how much range I have left, but it's not anymore. So it's causing me a little bit of anxiety. I mean, obviously I could do the math and I could figure it out, but it also isn't figuring out that we're going to a charger. So it didn't do the battery preconditioning. Well, plus that my destination is a charger, so it should know, but it doesn't know that we're going to charge, I guess. So I'm not sure what's actually happening there, so it's making me a little bit nervous just in general. But Tyler doesn't seem to know what the deal is either, and so maybe during the stop we'll try to figure it out.
All right, we're like 20-ish minutes into the drive only, and the ladies are already freaking out because the car stopped showing state of charge upon arrival at the station. So then they like turn that off and try to put it back in, and it won't show up. And they're saying that like that station is not appearing in the navigation. So I think they're basically freaking out right now. And what they should be doing is just waiting, letting it kind of resolve. But I'm not going to tell them that. So hopefully that gets worked out. Otherwise, Rivian. Otherwise, we're going to be arriving probably to 2 unhappy campers. Arlo will be fine.
But I'm wondering, what was this charger that just
I just
showed
saw
up
the other charger.
on there?
The charger at Target?
That was at Target, right?
Yeah.
We might... I don't think... That shows 3 lightning bolts. All right, let's figure this out, and then when we'll stop, we'll look at there.
Yeah.
This is the EvGo one, but I guess we're not going to Target now, because...
Hey, you know,
So
life-
this is... Yeah, so this is kind of like part of the...
Part of the adventure.
Part of the
EV fun. Oh.
Adventure.
Buy a Jiffy
Oh, dear
Lube.
Lord.
Oh. Oh, it's taking us to this hotel?
This is a health park, so we can go to the doctor.
Oops.
All right. So change of plans. We're going to the Target, which is where the plan was originally to go, but I changed it to use the charging location in here. Lesson learned. For whatever reason, the Target one came up on this map after we passed it, but wasn't coming up when we were searching. But luckily we had the EvGo app, so we used that to confirm that Target does have the 350s. So there, the charger is actually not right now, Arlo. There, the charger is actually at the
Gas station.
gas station.
It's not at the medical building.
Not at the medical, but the map was taking us to the medical building. But okay, lesson learned. Just the trials and tribulations of charging. Arlo, we have to charge the car, but please stop. And actually in Target, they're usually like against a back wall, so that should be pretty convenient and much better option, because there was nothing for us to do there other than go mad in this car with this child.
That sounds great.
We made it.
Here we go. Right over here.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Oh, that's really nice.
Right, that's really nice. Good job. And pretty easy to spot, but I guess maybe we were already kind of tuned into it.
We were.
Look at that. No one here.
No one here. Excellent. Nice big parking spaces too.
Yes.
I like it when you don't have to park near the rest
And
of the
not a 6-mile walk to the entrance.
Big
We're
fan.
going to be considerate, and we're going to take the last one.
Look at you. You're such
Here.
a considerate.
Let's go out of door.
So here we are at the charger. Here's the Rivian. So something I noticed about the chargers here is they all have really cool names, which I'm a big fan of. It's the little things. So we are going to be charging at Andita, which I love. Big fan of that. And apparently that's the charging port, which is different than my car.
All right, so here we are at the charging station. We are all charged up. We are all plugged in. We are charged up. There's a little bit of excitement, probably just a little bit of extra nerves on my part, but it seems to be good. We're getting about 145 kilowatts. We're going to stay here until we dip to 50 or lower. At that point, we are going to keep going up to Vermont. So let's go do some shopping at Target. So first time spotting, we have a Cadillac Lyric. Nice charging here at the EvGo. So we are back on the road. We are heading to our next charge station. Talk about that in a minute. Yep, on our way up to Stowe for the long weekend. So we left charging. We just charged at EvGo in Latham, New York. I think that's how you pronounce it.
That's it.
At a Target. So a little bit of a bumpy start to the charging situation. So So I knew that the charger was supposed to be at a Target, but picked the charger that was on the map, and the map and the Target were not aligned. So we ended up in a health center parking lot. No chargers there, but there was one EvGo charger at the adjacent gas station.
Yep.
But then Becca pulled out the EvGo app. The app confirmed that in fact the chargers were at the Target, so we went back to the Target and plugged in. There was no one there.
Oh, it was
plugged
awesome.
in right away. Super easy. Got the app set up. Took me 3 tries to get the payment set up. I don't think it was user error. I think the app was being glitchy for some reason, but whatever. We got it working, plugged in, ready to go. Good in business. So we got a little shopping done at Target.
We did. It was very nice.
We each had some essentials that we needed. We also got some non-essentials, a typical Target run.
This one does. That one does.
We were in Target for about 44 minutes in total. That was enough time to get the car up to 87% charge. I didn't look at what percentage charge we were at when we stopped.
We were at like 36, 37.
You think is that? Oh wow. Okay, so that is a pretty significant charge. So Tyler and I, when we were putting the plan together, we had discussed that I would charge here until it fell off. It was hit 50 kilowatts, and started dropping from there. And it took exactly 44 minutes to get to that stage. I think at one point I checked the app, the peak that we hit was 172 kilowatts, so it was a really fast charge overall. Honestly, this is more like Tyler's forte. Like, he gets excited about this. I don't care.
Same with John. I'm plugging in, doing my other thing. Like, I don't care what it's going to. I'm a percentage and a mileage person.
Exactly. I don't know what kilowatts mean.
I have no idea. It doesn't register in my head.
Exactly.
Or even when I look at like kilowatts per hour that I'm currently using, I'm like, I don't comprehend it.
I don't process. Yeah. And so it got to the 50 kilowatt point right as we were checking out a Target. So the timing could not have been any better. At the end, so 44-minute charge, it came out to $54.61, which is pretty high, I think.
That feels really high.
That feels high. I'm not the one responsible for charging, so I'll need Tyler to confirm and give some comments to that. We'll do kind of like a full recap at some point. But minus the hiccups, 5 stars. I give that charging experience 5 stars.
Unable to stop in the app.
I could, yes. Oh, okay. So so we actually had hit 51 kilowatt hours, and I was trying to like stop it in the app before we went to check out. And while there was a pop-up window first, and I kind of X'd out of the pop-up window when we first started charging, I couldn't figure out how to stop charging from the app. Again, could easily be user error because I was kind of just trying to do it quickly, and there's this little thing back here that has a lot of opinions and was yelling at me at the same time. Could be that, but I couldn't easily find the stop. Like, I feel like there should be a big red stop charging thing on the app. And by the time I thought to hit stop charging on the Rivian app, we were already at the car. So that's how my brain works. The other thing is like the location. So given that it's the two of us, our husbands are not with us, the other kids are not with us, we only had one kid with us, that Target stop was perfect. And that Target stop would also be perfect if, say, you just want to do a quick Target run and you're like, hey, I might as well be here. Like, if you don't have any other charging options, because I still think it was a little pricey. Plug in, charge, shop, charge, etc. I did notice in the app it said a 60-minute charging limit. So I'm assuming they expect more people there. We were the only car there when we pulled up. And then when we came out of Target, there was one other car there, a Cadillac Lyriq.
It was so pretty. The guy came up to it. I was about to be like, "Can I see the?" He probably would have let us.
I think he would have.
But we were friendly. Like, "Let's get going." It was like pretty baby blue.
Yeah.
The inside looked beautiful. So I did look it up.
Yeah.
The pricing is based on hours there. So early bird, so basically overnight, is 43 kilowatt per hour. Off peak, early morning, late at night is 56. On peak, which is 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. is 69 cents per kilowatt hour.
Okay, that's pretty expensive.
That's very expensive. So I use Electrify America. We have a plan.
Yeah.
But Electrify America is 43 cents per kilowatt hour. Like,
so we signed up for the Electrify America plan too. Fun fact, we're in an Electrify America wasteland as well. There are no Electrify America. EvGo seems to be, but I think EvGo has a thing with, like, it's the New York State thing.
Oh,
that is very expensive. 69 cents a kilowatt hour.
That's. I wonder how comparable that would be to like gas at the moment, because the part for me that really gets me is when I have to pay for charging, which is not very often, it's so much less than gas is. That doesn't.
Okay, then close your eyes and sleep. I think it was probably comparable to gas. Again, you think we were at 36% charged, so maybe we were like, we had a third of a tank, 2/3 of a tank.
Yeah, look at the mountain.
And we took it to like 90%, so we didn't quite do a full. Yeah, probably still cheaper than gas.
Probably,
but expensive. Observation about the thing. So like we said, charging, like, great, like, you go in, quick Target run, you want to shop, although you'd have to Target shop really early or really late to get a good price. But
also, like, is it open? Sorry, I didn't mean it.
Yeah.
And weird for me is that, again, with Electrify America, if you're a member, your amount drops. For this one, we had to sign in, create accounts, and your amount was still the same.
So you're not a member, you're just plugging in.
You're just, like, using it.
So maybe there's some sort of secret to it. We'll have to look into it. Yeah, so, like, as we were saying, like, the location, great, quick Target run, whatever.
Also, right off the highway.
Right off the highway, yes, very, very good.
Yeah.
No, Bubba, we're on the highway.
We can open the window. That'd be very noisy.
Pretty easy, on and off. But, like, there was some other stuff around. Like, we didn't really take the time to look around. But, like, right there, right where you parked, was just Target. So if all three kids were here and if the husbands were here, like, they'd be whining and while we were trying to shop at Target. And, like, it's kind of not great. There was, like, a little restaurant. I think there were a couple of restaurants that were, like, walking distance, but you're walking through a parking lot and stuff. So, like, with all... Can you fix this now?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like, with all non-Tesla chargers, the location is kind of like, meh. So, location-wise, I give it 3 out of 5 stars. The Target clutch, again, we needed some essentials. It was perfect, but other than that, we probably would have, like, sat in the car and Arlo would have driven us crazy. So, yeah. So that was stop number 1.
Yeah. I will say, though, sometimes so I know I'm, like, pumping up Electrify America here. Sometimes those chargers are finicky, like they aren't working, or you don't get the charge right, or like they plug in, it doesn't work. That charger was like bam, 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 done.
All 6 were online, all 6 were available.
Perfect. beautiful.
You
Connected
right
No
away,
issues.
plugged in, and it started charging. So like no issues about that. I think again user error. I couldn't figure out how to disconnect it, but finally did get it disconnected. So overall a positive 5 out of 5 for the charge experience, 3 out of 5 for the charge location is my personal rating.
Yeah.
We just passed one of the rest stops here off of 87 in New York. So these are like the big official kind of state sanctioned or whatever rest stops, and like they were doing a ton of them. Apple Green is actually like, they fully own them or what, but they got their name all over all of this stuff, and they've been putting in chargers at a lot of them too. But the problem is they are putting in like one charger at almost all of these, and they're 50 kilowatt chargers, so it's kind of pointless. Like I don't really understand exactly like what that is serving, because let's say like in the Rivian, for example, the difference between a 50 kilowatt charger, that car maxes out at 215 kilowatts. You obviously don't hold that through the whole curve, but you want to get something up there where you can kind of maximize it. So if you're doing a 50 kilowatt, you're basically getting like a quarter of the theoretical maximum charging, which means 4 times longer to charge.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, and like it just like sort of defeats the purpose of even having them there. Like if you're at one of these rest stops, you're probably just running in to get use the restroom, maybe grab some food quickly. Like it's all fast food stuff. You're not going to be there for several hours. So a 50 kilowatt one there is quite silly. So I hope that they're still redoing a whole lot of these. Like one of the earlier ones that we passed, I forget exactly which one that's called, Platinum maybe. It's just under construction now, and it looks like they've got a bunch of the parking lot dug up. So maybe they're going to do something different there. So we'll see. But I'm hoping that some of the NEVI money and even just like the state money from New York will potentially go there. But
That'd be nice.
More charging, yeah. But like the New York's at least like putting in more and more of these NEVI-funded Evolve New York ones, including the one in Kingston that we like. So I would hope that some of that program would go to like the rest stop ones also, not just like off-highway ones.
It's good they're starting to update the infrastructure.
Yeah.
And accommodate more and more, but still some work to be done, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I think out by you guys, like in Colorado, I've seen that they're both expanding and updating a lot of stuff.
Yes, they are. A lot of so on our ID4, we use the Electrify America charging network, and they had a lot of 150 kilowatts chargers, and they've updated those to 350 and made them nice and new and green and look pretty. If they work.
Yeah.
Up in the mountains, there's actually only one EA station, and when we were there over the holidays, only 2 of the chargers worked. One was down for maintenance, and the other one, the screen was broken and disabled. So it was tough.
What's that? Is that by Breck?
That's in Frisco, by Breck, Silverthorne area.
Yeah.
But then there's another one in, I think it's a charge point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At a Target there that actually worked. Didn't work for Matt's Rivian the first time.
Okay.
But then worked the second time. I'm not sure. I forget what happened, but did really well the second time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think like around here, charge point ones are usually like the slower. Like we have a lot more of the level 2 ones, and even the fast ones are usually like 50 kilowatts or so.
Yeah.
But out west, I think like they have a lot more of the even higher powered ones. It's you definitely notice the difference between like the Tesla stuff and CCS around here, especially like even going up into Vermont, especially. There's still some Tesla ones up there. It's not like it's everywhere, and there's nothing in like Stowe, but like once you get out of New York State, weirdly there's like almost no CCS charging that's over 50 kilowatts. So you definitely still need it. Do you find like the EA ones like closer to Denver and stuff are better, or like they have the same problems with reliability?
I think some of them might be better, but generally reliability is a big issue.
Yeah.
It's the amount of chargers and then the reliability. So
Yeah.
Those are the two main things: is how many and how efficient are they?
That like is a huge difference. Like the I don't know, like every EA station, I've never seen one that's not
Doesn't
four
have an
chargers.
issue. Yeah.
It doesn't have at least. I think we've been to like one where all four were on, but it's much more common to see 4 chargers, of which 2 or 3 are working.
Right.
It's like the most common thing for sure. But like I don't understand why 4 is the default in like what they're doing everywhere.
Right.
I've maybe seen one that had 6,
Oh wow.
but that was pretty rare. But I mean, you never see ones with 8, 12, 20. Tesla, has a bunch of those, including this one that we're going to. There are 8 stalls. All 8 will be available. Oh, and I like that they did this now. It shows you how many are going to be available when you get there.
Oh,
because it knows how many other Teslas are routing to there.
Oh, okay. So I like that.
It knows that it's going to be empty, which is cool.
EA does not do that.
Yeah.
I really like that option.
Yeah. So like this one's got 8, so it's actually on the small side, I guess. But there are plenty that are 12, 20. Out west, there are ones that are like 48, 60.
There's a ton, yeah.
There's one. Where's that in? The one out in Baker, California, between LA and Las Vegas. They've expanded and expanded again. I think it has got over 100 now.
Jeez.
There's one in like Arizona that has something like that too. So it's just like the scale at which these companies are operating is so different.
Right. Yeah, so we're on I-25 just north of Denver. They're putting in a new Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're putting in any electric chargers there. I hope so. I have to look it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see all the pump stations, and I really hope some of them are. It's the perfect place for charging stations, because you go in and you can clearly spend an hour.
Yep.
If they put the right chargers in. That's the thing.
Yep. I think Buc-ee seems like they're doing good with that. Like even there's one in South Carolina, there's a ton in Texas that have the charging, and it seems like they have been doing well with like they're installing the right things, they're putting the right number in, they're keeping them maintained. So we've got high hopes for that. So many other like gas station ones too, even like Shell and BP. Yeah, it's still early, so we'll see how they deal with it. But it seems like they're actually doing better than like EA, so that could be good.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. But I'm excited. It seems like we're probably only a couple of months away from Rivian being able to use the Tesla Superchargers too. So there's like a leak in the app. Somebody found like pictures and references to the adapter that's going to come. Ford already announced that they're going to get theirs in the coming weeks. So that could be imminent.
I remember them saying this.
Yeah.
I think last year, sometime this year.
Yeah. And Rivian confirmed that they're going to send adapters to everybody. So I don't know, since we only got ours recently, are going to be at the end of the list, it's going to be 6 months till we get our adapter enough, but try to get one earlier if that's the case. But, I am not thinking, being realistic about it, I don't think that opening the Tesla Supercharging network is going to be like a magic panacea for all of this stuff. Like, things are still going to be not great with that. We're basically just shifting over a ton of demand to those. We'll see if Tesla's able to handle that. They've never had to deal with other manufacturers in these level of load before, so that could be a challenge for them.
Yeah.
They haven't had to do interoperability testing across this many vehicles before, so there could be issues with certain vehicles or just things being flaky. So there's a bunch of stuff that's gonna have to get figured out with it. But for us personally, on a trip like this where there are I don't even know, 8 or 10 different Tesla supercharging options, including ones that are much more convenient and on the way and easier to get to and closer to our destination and stuff. It will be a huge game changer for that. So be very interesting to see how this trip compares next year in the Rivian, being able to use the Tesla chargers to this.
Yeah, sure.
And then you guys, I know Volkswagen's pretty late on the list. They were the last ones to officially do it, and it was only recently. But you'll eventually get that also.
Yeah, most likely. Well, I hope.
Yeah. But we'll see. We were talking before just about there's sort of this thing where it seems like Volkswagen treats the what did you say, pre-2022?
The 2022 and all pre-2022.
Yeah.
And then 2023 and forward.
Which is when they switched from production in Europe to in Tennessee.
Yeah.
So they're effectively 2 different cars, even though they're the same thing. A lot of the architecture and stuff is the same, but the battery chemistry and stuff is different.
Yeah.
But Volkswagen treats them entirely separately. So
right.
You were saying like even software updates and stuff you don't get on the old one. Sometimes you get emails about new features being available,
right?
Which aren't actually there.
All these things. Oh, welcome to your new features of your EV, and they're not really. Then they send it. Email us back saying, nope, just kidding. That was for the new ones, not yours. And, oh, great, thanks. But we did. We'll get our car soon, so we're happy about that. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'll be curious on yours. So you said like one of the features you didn't get is plug-in charge.
Plug-in charge
at EA.
Yeah.
I wonder if that is a limitation of the hardware itself on the car. With so basically the way the plug-in charge works is there's like an authentication and certificate exchange on a certain, I forget the ISO standard number, but there's an ISO standard. But like basically it's telling the charger, hey, on this car, I'm tied to this person's account, so here's how you charge for that. That I don't believe it's the same standard that Tesla will be using, but it's like an updated version of that, or there's some relationship. So what might be interesting is if you actually cannot do, I don't know if it would totally prevent you from being able to charge at Tesla, but like you might not be able to do plug-in charge at Tesla also, because of that. Or it might mean that like your car actually never gets ability to use.
Never gets there. We can update your software, the new features here and there, but actually the hardware, has a limitation.
Yeah. We'll see. You might be in your R2 by then anyway.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, you said you wouldn't replace ID4, you'd replace the
old gas car. Yes.
Wait, was it Tiguan?
Tiguan, yeah. Yes, it would be my R2, not Rebecca's R2.
Of course, yes.
We'll see.
Gotta get that depositing fast.
Yes.
So we also got the, I don't know if I'd say news, but like updated information or a little bit more. There's a landing page now live for the Rivian R2. And like a little teaser video that you can kind of see the silhouette and stuff. But we were just talking about how exciting that's going to be. Launch is coming up in about a little less than a month, actually. Yeah, really, like 3 weeks. Where hopefully we'll get more information about it, but it is looking awesome. And from what we're seeing, it seems like it's everyone's kind of predicting that this is going to be Rivian's like Model 3, Model Y moment, where this takes them from sort of like a niche thing to like a real, more potentially like mass market kind of thing. I think it's still going to be a pricey car. Like we're not talking like a $30,000 or plus thing that is going to be for everybody. Probably like. Would you say they originally said 40,000?
Yeah, I thought they said 40, and I feel like it'll be more like 60.
Yeah, I think probably 60. Yeah. But we're saying, I'm sure there'll be like multiple trim levels and battery options. Probably the most expensive one would be like maybe 65 to 70, just below the cheapest R1. But the cheapest one, I would think like they've got to at least have something close enough to a Model Y. Like it may not be a direct competitor. I'm not sure people will be cross-shopping them a ton, but there would definitely be overlap, so they've got to at least kind of be competitive with that. But I think also it's going to be super popular. Like the affordability of it will help a lot. But just like the brand image and this whole adventure thing, they're kind of like the marketing so far seems like they're going for this, like we're all about adventure, but like sort of we're going to say like sort of attainable adventure. Like it's for going hiking, going camping for the weekend, not like blasting up Pikes Peak or whatever of sort of the R1s and stuff, or like week-long totally off the grid trips. This is more like your weekend warrior suburb kind of car, which I think is super smart. Like that's the kind of people that are going to buy this exactly.
Sign me up.
Yeah. So there's $200 worth of deposits probably coming here right on day one. Yeah. But you were saying like out in Colorado it'll be, you're just going to see a billion of them.
Most likely, yeah. The next 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah. So, like every
the market out there is single males who have lots of time adventuring. They're just going to love them.
Yep.
Females too, I'm sure. Yes, everyone.
I think it's it might be like the nail in the coffin for Subaru. Not that like they're doing super well anyway, but I think like there's a whole lot of overlap basically between the brand messaging and stuff there. But I just think it's smart. Like Tesla's obviously got a brand identity, like it or not. But the Rivian one seems to be very like approachable, and they're absolutely developing that identity that I think is going to create a lot of like lifelong buyers with that. So And speaking of deposits, I think I'm finally getting resolution on the deposit that I put down 3 months ago on a Kia EV9.
Oh, really?
When we thought that we were never getting the Rivian, I put that deposit down since it was refundable.
Okay.
And then once we got confirmation that we were getting the Rivian finally, I asked them to cancel it. And it's been this long that I've been emailing them, calling them, trying to get anyone's attention to like actually take care of it. And they finally said that they're processing it. But meanwhile, like every time I contacted them about this, like what I really hate about sort of this dealership thing is that like everything is just a sales opportunity.
Right.
So like every time I email them, they just respond back, "Oh, here's our deals. We think you're interested in EV9. We've got some on the lot and stuff." And then also they emailed me that months ago when I first put the deposit down. I said, "Oh, that'd be awesome. Can I come see one?" "Oh no, we don't actually have them on the lot."
No, we
They're
don't
just
have.
trying to get you in and do a bait and switch thing.
Yeah, of course.
So it's a big reason that I like the direct to consumer thing of Rivian and Tesla.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're here at the Supercharger in Malta, and Tesla's only, including a Model X. That's where I charged the Rivian before. This is a Magic Dock one, so surprised there's no non-Teslas here. All right, so here's our consumption stats. Used 84%, which is more than projection because we were going fast, basically. We got actually some savings from tailwind, which is good. Not too much on climate, although we did have it nice and toasty in here. A little extra on battery conditioning to get a better charge here, and everything else is probably me using my phone the whole time. So here's our, so we went 180 miles, 59 kilowatt hours used, 327 watt hours per mile, which is decent, not awesome, but we were going, we were staying with the flow of traffic the whole time. Officer. All right, so we're gonna get charging here, and we'll figure out our plan from here. All right, and super difficult as always here at Tesla. Plugged in, and we're already charging. So fast. Oh yeah, and you can see here's the Magic Dock one. You can see this nice thick thing here. Basically you just push up and pull out and you get the CCS connector for this one. But the CCS cars. And let's see, we're probably, should be getting good speed here. Yeah, already at 250 kilowatts. So we won't stay there long, but very fast. All right, head into the bathroom and it'll probably be time to leave basically by the time we get back. All right, so I don't even know, 10 minutes later maybe, after all the bathroom breaks. We're down to 99 kilowatts now. A pretty not awesome curve, honestly, in the Model Y. Like, the more I pay attention to it, the more you notice it. We got that really high, like 250 peak initially, and then 100 kilowatts is pretty bad. The Rivian would be doing more than this for sure at 53%. But bigger battery and everything too, so whatever. So we've got like 10 more minutes basically to continue here. And the benefit here is we do have Netflix, and actually we don't have Disney anymore because Elon is in a fight with them. But we've got Netflix at least to watch, so I'll get that going in a second. But I don't know, this isn't like unique to any specific charging thing, but just weird, awkward thing. Like, we pulled in here, and you know, this was like mostly fill. Now it's all empty to the left here. There's 6 chargers. All right, so all of these cars that were over here before pulled out, so now it's completely empty to the left of us, and we're just here on top of the other car here, which is awkward. But whatever, it's the way it works. All right, we're all done charging. Time to continue on our way. Next spot is gonna be Fiddlehead for some beer, and then dinner right after. Good charge session. That was about $16.50. And we charged from, we were at like 16, I think, % when we got here. 71 now. So not bad at all. Good, nice, solid charging here. I think we're about 20 minutes or so, but I'll throw up the real stats in a minute. Now we are on our way to, where are we going?
Marshall Avenue.
Marshall Avenue.
Here.
In somewhere in Vermont. It's just like 7 miles outside of South Burlington, to another EvGo station. So curious to see how much this one will be. This one is a 50 kilowatt, so it's not a 350, so it should be cheaper. I don't know, bud. So I would hope that it's cheaper. Like, you shouldn't charge me that much for 50 kilowatt. But this one basically is a top-off charge until we get to our Verbo place in Morrisville, Vermont, which is just outside of Stowe. The reason for that is more security. Like, I didn't really want to get there with a low state of charge. Although honestly, mileage wise, we should have been okay. I think we would still be okay.
But we're just kind of going to do this. We're going to eat dinner. We're going to top off, and we're going to call it a day. Although we'll play it by ear a little bit. We'll see how it's going. We do have a Plan B charger in South Burlington, in case this one is offline, because for whatever reason last night when we were checking the status of these were offline 1 second and online another second. So Becca's checking it now.
This one's 50 kilowatts.
Yeah, that's why we did. That's why this one we charge until we hit 50 kilowatts.
Smart.
Because otherwise it's the same.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
Yeah, that's okay.
The pricing of this one is not as great, but it's better than it was. Still not as great. We'll still hit it on peak. It'll be 48 kilowatts per hour on peak.
48 cents.
Sorry.
1 hour.
Thank you. That's what I meant.
But that's cheaper than the
It's
60.
cheaper, and also it'll be slower, so you're going to spend less. It's not going to deliver as much.
All right, so they just finished charging, and I guess got a pretty deep charge there, which is good because it's the last high-powered charger like along this drive, really. And we've almost caught up to them. We're like 5-10 minutes behind them, I think, outside of Latham. Looks like we're in like a, I don't know if I call this traffic, but we're in a little congestion here around Albany. We are 20 minutes from our supercharging spot in Malta. The battery's been preconditioning for like the last 40 minutes or so. And I guess they'll get quite a bit ahead of us at that point, but we'll probably like end up catching back up to them at the final spot where we're both charging. They're still experiencing an issue where they're not getting the estimated range on arrival, and I told them to do like a reset, so we'll see if that works. But it's not really like a problem. We know, because we planned this out so much, we know like that they have more than enough juice in the tank. But it's just annoying having that issue because they don't know like how much they're going to end up using with wind and weather conditions and everything. So, oh well. But everything here in the Tesla is going as well as it can.
Yep.
Nothing exciting to speak of.
Just some traffic congestion.
Traffic.
Yeah, but like, looks like it's just here for like half a mile. So, who knows?
Literally a millennial's worst nightmare is driving behind a logging truck. And I haven't even seen the movie. Now there's Becca. Becca, have you seen Final Destination?
I have not seen Final Destination.
Nope. Also update the bar thingy with the estimated amount of range left upon arrival is still not working. Tried to do a reset while driving. This car will not let you do a reset while driving. We're going to try when we get off the exit at the stoplight to put the car in park and see if I could do a reset that way. So yeah, that's, I mean, not great, not happy about it, not great, but it's not a huge problem. But it's just not something that should be happening. So I'm a little stressed about that. I think if I was by myself, I'd be more stressed about that than
There's nothing to be stressed about.
There's nothing to be stressed about.
It's all good.
Becca and I will figure it out together.
I will say, not to belittle anyone's experience here, but there's a lot of chargers. So I have a different stress standard. When we are, I don't want to be like, my situation's worse than yours. When we were traveling across Kansas, it was like you had one shot. If you didn't make it to that charger, that was it.
Yes.
Right. So I feel like there's obviously the stress of not having this and the stress of not knowing. There's a lot of chargers.
There are, yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
There are a ton of chargers. Well, when we first started doing the planning, it looked worse than it was. So there are a lot of chargers. A lot of them are slow, which is the only bad part.
Yeah.
So I hear you on the like, if I don't get to this charger, I'm SOL.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, you and I might be sleeping in the car if
We don't want that to happen.
depending on the charging situation, because it might be an overnight type deal sort of charge. So it's just, it's surprising that it's such a waste wind. New York State is fine. It's like once you get into Vermont, it's like what is going on. So yes, I'll be quieter. So Rivian, if you're listening, like your adventure networks, like Vermont needs you. The Green Mountain State needs you. So let's think of putting something out there on the way to some of this skiing. Tyler
honey,
went to,
come on.
yes. And Tyler went to, took them to the Akimo, I don't know the right way to pronounce it. That wasn't an issue. Like, they were fine. And then once they got there, it was fine too, so. But, yeah, I'm still, like, we're fully EV family now. We did it, like, we took the plunge, but the infrastructure in this country,
It's not there.
And,
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I don't want to make this channel political, and Tyler will probably take this out, but let's see what happens with the election year. That, depending on who wins, that infrastructure is not going to be the priority for the administration. And so you kind of got to wonder, is it going to get worse? Or will companies continue to expand? Like, we do still have the Tesla network being opening up later this year, that to look forward to, so that will alleviate some of the pressure, but I'm seeing a lot of EVs on the road.
I think the thing is, it's going to have to be demand that causes it. Like, I don't see, I see people are like, hey, can we make money off of this? Yes, we will.
Yes.
And for me, it's just the amount, like, in the past, so you guys were the first people I knew with an electric car through Tesla.
Yeah.
But since then, the amount of people I know who are just buying Rivians, buying
The number of, like,
everything else.
BMWs. I've seen an iX, an i4, and an i5.
Have you seen the Jeep? It's just very, very funny to
I
me.
see a lot.
Anyway, now you're there, but I think
mountains.
honestly, it's going. Ooh, outlets. I know.
I see a lot of mountains.
Yeah, you do see that. I think
Like,
it's
why
gonna.
aren't there chargers here?
That
Why
would be
aren't there
amazing.
chargers at this out shopping mall
That would be
where
great.
people would spend hours,
Mhm.
and also we could have stopped here. Just saying, just an observation.
A great charger is at Vail. In their parking garages by the ski resorts, they have a slow charger. It's like perfect. It's like a solid 10 hours to charge all the way up to 20%, and you're skiing all day. You come back to a fully charged car. It's
Yes.
like vroom vroom. But I really think it's going to be.
I like that room.
I mean, you got it. I mean, without your engine, I really think it's going to be consumer demand, because there's, like, in the past year, you guys have gone since 2022. You guys already had your Tesla. You guys have gone to 2 electric cars. We went from 0 to 2. To 1, excuse me. My brother went from 0 to 2. I mean, a lot of families are going all electric because we see, first of all, how much better it is for the environment, and also how much, just, like, these cars are great.
These cars are fabulous.
They're
Like,
so
your ride
nice.
experience is so.
It's, like, luxurious.
Nice, yes.
Like, these are the nicest cars I've ever been in. The hands down. And I think that just the infrastructure is going to have to, it's going to be a demand by consumers.
Yeah. I mean, to your point, I think it like consumer driven, but I think it's going to be like these places that need to realize that they can drive traffic there. Like, people will be in your space longer.
Yes.
Will spend more money, so you should put this like there.
Yeah.
There's so much. So it's just so much. Just things just seem so obvious, and like sometimes you're like, what am I missing, or what are folks missing? So. But at the same time, who's going to do it? If no one can make a buck over it, it's going to need to be government. And
I don't trust that.
Yeah.
At all.
So, yeah. I mean, more to come. We got to kind of stay tuned. But, or is it going to be like the private companies doing it?
Yeah.
But if there's no value in it, but it's just like, to your point, like if you, Buc-ee's is coming to Colorado.
Oh my gosh.
They're putting in a gazillion and one gas pumps. Why can't they put in like 6 charging hubs?
Like, that would be the most obvious thing. You're in Colorado, first of all.
And think of how long the people have to be inside of your Buc-ee's to spend money.
Yes. Like what we just did at Target.
Yes.
If there wasn't a charger at that Target, I would not have spent any money at the Target. Target is not hurting for money, right? Let's all just be honest there.
Neither is Buc-ee's.
But honestly, John and I plan our grocery runs based off of which grocery stores have chargers.
Yes.
That's what we do. We're like, oh, instead of going to this one, we're going to go to either the Walmart or the King Supers near us, which are 2.
Hi, Tuckuses.
All right, we're back on the road.
Hi, Tuckuses.
Hello, Tuckuses. We are back on the. We get merch made that says hello, Tuckuses. All right, we're back on the road after our charge. I think we're only like 20 minutes behind them now, even with both of us having stopped once. But they did a reset now on the Rivian. Things appear to be good and everyone's less stressed. So that transferred the stress here. But no, we're fine. we realized that the place we were going to stop to get pizza is going to be closed right as we get there. So that's no good.
We have 10 minutes.
Yeah. We'll say. We can always have, since they're getting there earlier than us, we can always have them pick up.
We're almost in Rutland where we stayed for Okemo.
That's right, Anders. Good job.
Oh, what? What did you say?
So if we were going to Okemo, we would be almost there.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
But all right, yeah, starting to get dark already. It's about 5:30ish, and we're going past the Adirondack Welcome Center that I love, and they have yet another slow EV charger there. So lots of options along this corridor for single 50 kilowatt chargers that are all on very different networks and require different apps. But the problem is like finding a reliable mainstream one. But anyway,
Hi, Tuckuses.
bye, Twickuses.
Bye.
So, hi, we're back.
We are.
We are here in Williston, Vermont. So we are here in Williston, Vermont at the EvGo charger. It is in the Hannaford parking lot. This one's a 50 kilowatt one, so this one's gonna take a lot longer to charge. Luckily, we don't really need this charge. We could have gotten back with 50 miles left still, or sorry, 80 miles of range left still, but given that we were going up into the mountains and stuff, like we weren't really sure if we would have enough range. So yeah, so we're here. We're gonna get back in the car because it's a little cold, and we're gonna figure out what we could do for dinner. And yeah, so stay tuned. We are back in the car. We just left the EvGo charger in Williston, Vermont. We are driving on I-89 towards Stowe, and it's snowing.
It's slightly snowing. It's so nice.
It's so pretty. So real quick, just about that charge experience. So that was interesting. It was in a shop, supermarket parking lot, adjacent to other little shopping centers. So I guess if it was daylight out and we weren't with a little kid, we maybe could have walked around more and gone to check out some other stuff. But it was a 50 kilowatt charger, and it was adjacent to a semi-connect, and the signage wasn't very clear. So that was interesting.
You're like plugged into the wrong one. I'm using the app to try to get the other one. And I walked out because I was like, oh, are we connected to the CHAdeMO? But my mind was like, why wouldn't we wouldn't be connected to the CHAdeMO? There's no way. And I walked out and I realized there is no CHAdeMO here. And then I looked at the other one. I was like, this is the wrong one.
Yeah.
It took me a second to realize.
So it was good. It was fine.
It was educational.
It was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Mommy, where's snowing?
So we were
Yeah,
at like 45.
Mommy.
Yes, but
Where's snow?
it's Vermont snow. So we were like at 45% when we got there. So we really didn't need to charge. We would have had plenty of range to get to our destination. But our whole thing is we don't have a charger at the destination. So we wanted to have enough so that the guys can go skiing in the morning and charge at the lot. So we sat and we got dinner at Panera. And perfect.
Dinner of champions.
I mean, Panera's Panera. It's consistent.
Panera.
It's good.
You know what you're going to get every
Exactly.
time. Yep.
So we ate there, and I don't know, how long do you think we were there? Like half hour?
If that, yeah.
It felt like a half hour-ish in total, between a bathroom stop also. So we got another 20-ish% of charge. So we 1 second, Arlo. So we got to like 67%. This one was a lot cheaper, only cost round about $20. So 20% for $20. It was only 43 cents a kilowatt hour.
Yeah,
much slower charge, obviously, but for what the purposes that we needed, we didn't need a nice long charge there. We just needed a slight top off to give us plenty of space to get there. So charging experience, 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fine. Like lots of places to go to, a supermarket right there.
Yep.
It's one of those things though, at a supermarket, you kind of wish there was a higher charger speed, but it was fine.
It was fine. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't great. If I was by myself completely, I wouldn't have loved that. I probably would have just ended up sitting in the car because I was like, I don't want to walk across a parking lot to go to a Panera.
Fair.
With a friend and a cohort in tow. It was good. It worked out. So yeah, I'll stick with 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Probably in the daytime, that location's not bad because you could cross the little highway thing to get to the other shops and stuff. But yeah.
There we go.
There we go. That's it. That's our charging experience.
All right, we're here at Fiddlehead and Foligno's. Unfortunately, no chargers, even though there's a BZ4X over there and a Bolt and other Teslas, but still, it'd be nice to have here. Oh well, time for some food. All right, mission accomplished. We got snow coming down, so we got to get moving here. Time to get off to the charger and get to Stowe. All right, here we are in Shelburne now, just a couple of miles up the road from the other Foligno's. And good thing we did that because this one is closed now. But we are the only ones here at the Tesla Supercharger. Typical. So the ladies charged kind of just up the road there on the other side at the 50 kilowatt charger at the Hannaford's and Panera over there. I'm not sure what they filmed exactly, but I'm sure it was quite a bit. So they were up that way. We are over here. They said the problem was they couldn't get across this like 4-lane road there. And all right, there we go. We're already charging. And oh, another Tesla coming in. Looking good in the snow. So let's see, we don't need a whole lot of charge, but if we can get a decent charge rate here. Yeah, there we go. We're already shooting up over, we're gonna get over 200? We were preconditioning a bit, but it wasn't that long of a drive. There we go, over 200, not bad. So we'll see how long we hold this. So essentially, this is our arrival state of charge. I would like to try to get like, I mean, let me see how long this is gonna take, but I would like to get like 40-ish%, I think. And then the rest will kind of trickle charging overnight. But let's see how long it takes for us to get there. I don't want to be here for more than about 20 minutes, especially with the snow coming down. So we will see. Yeah, Tesla didn't actually stop. Where did it go? Or they're just doing donuts in the snow. All right, here we go. 211 now, not bad. That seems like we're already coming back down. Yeah, well. All right, we're finished charging. We've got plenty now. We're gonna get there at 43%. I think we were, I'm not good at estimating time. I think that was about 20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
But we're now over 60% and we've dipped down below 90 kilowatts, which is pretty bad.
Daddy,
Honestly, kind of like realizing how bad the charging curve is here in the Tesla. The Rivian is actually more solid. It stays higher rate longer. All right, let's get going. Snow's still coming down. Nobody charging here. False alarm on the other Tesla that came here. And we're all set. Car was making some interesting popping noises while we were charging. I don't know if that's just because like it's so cold and we're putting so much heat into the battery. Might just be kind of expansion, but I don't know, it was a little bit strange. But not that worrying. $14.44 for that charge. Actually, that's pretty good. Really cheap. All right, off to Stowe we go. All right, so we're just got off the, I don't know if you call it, I guess it's the highway. Kind of about to head through Stowe. Snow's coming down nice and hard, but the car's actually been pretty good. The biggest challenge on the highway was just the visibility with how hard the snow is coming down. But even in an unplowed highway, going at a little bit below normal highway speeds, car was totally fine, not really slipping and sliding. Worst thing was like coming off the off-ramp, just that I didn't gauge how abrupt it was very well. And there was like a tiny bit of a slide there, but it was totally fine. The biggest thing is, I think it's under regen that you have the biggest challenge, just because like you're basically braking and the car has no forward acceleration and momentum at that point, and you're not digging the wheels in, so you just have to be careful with that. I like that the Rivian has a snow mode that doesn't do too much other than just limit how much regen you're using, which does help a lot. It'd be nice here in the Tesla. But once you kind of realize what's happening, you just counteract it by giving a tiny bit of acceleration, and it is completely fine. And especially here in the dual motor long range, since we effectively have all-wheel drive, the second you like give some acceleration, you gain control back again. So we haven't had any problems at all. All right, well, we're passing Ben & Jerry's now and all the other fun stuff going into Stowe. So back on the road.
So we are 38 minutes away from our final destination. Last Rivian impressions, Beck?
I love it. I was just talking earlier, like, first of all, I had to work a bit in the car and I didn't get car sick.
Yeah.
Because it's such a smooth ride. And I kept thinking, like, even with the windy roads and the charging and everything, this feels like you're on like business class in an airline. I just love it. I love all the space.
There's another Rivian behind us. We're in a Rivian parade.
Hey, look at that. I think it's great. I love it. It's a great road trip car.
Yeah. It's so comfortable. Like, I haven't used cruise control at all, and I haven't minded like driving this car. It's been great. We've got another Rivian coming up on our left here, so we're gonna be like, see if we wave to each other. Awkward. Are you gonna like wave? Hi, are you waving to me?
Oh, it's a truck.
It's an R1T.
Okay.
From Massachusetts.
That's why they didn't wave.
Sorry if you're from Massachusetts and watching this,
but you also know.
But you also didn't wave. Every other Rivian I've passed, I've gotten a wave, I've gotten a blink, I've gotten something. This guy just flew by like he's in a giant rush somewhere.
He's got to get there.
Yeah. So yeah, love this car. Great.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
You'll get Becca's daytime impressions when she does the return trip with Tyler in a few days.
I'm very excited.
But yeah, thanks for riding with us today.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Oh, and they're already at the place, so
Yes.
I would call this trip basically a tie. Might have been different if we didn't stop to eat separately from charging. That would have saved us some time, and we also charged a little bit more than we needed to, but so did they. So it was kind of a wash. So really didn't add much time, like being in the Rivian, even though it's less efficient. I think probably the bigger battery and like being able to go further on the first charge helped out. And we weren't exactly like, flying at super fast speeds here where the efficiency takes as big of a toll. So we're about even. And I do wish we had the Rivian right now just for this weather, but we'll survive. Oh, I see. We'll take it easy. We'll get there. The Tesla is good in the snow. I really don't mind driving it. The low center of gravity with the batteries helps, but I have so much more confidence in the Rivian. I don't know if it's just because it's so massive and so wide, and it's got the huge tires and everything, but in driving through several inches of snow when we were up in Okemo really was not a problem at all.
Can't wait for tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Oh, yeah, exactly. We'll be much better off then. Probably also just having like the higher ground clearance helps too.
Yeah.
All right, through Stowe we go. We have no idea how the car looks like this, but it's a look.
It's like
We're definitely slipping and sliding toward the end there, but not too bad.
Spray snow window
All right, well, we are here now. Time to get the car plugged in. Survived. Oh man, this drive, it's not that long. It's tedious.
Yes.
But we're here now. Time to charge off of our little 110 here, and the Rivian's gonna get plugged into the same outlet as a Christmas tree in the front.
We ran out of battery on the GoPro in your car.
Oh, okay. Did you survive and get here okay?
No.
Okay, that's too bad. All right, time to get unpacked. All right, there we go. We are plugged in, charging. I'm sure it is going. Oh, actually, it says we're not charging. Ready to charge. I know what happened. Not actually charging. All right. Well, Rivian seems to be working. I think we have an issue with our Tesla EVSE, but the Rivian one is working well here off of this outside 110 outlet. Let's go see how much power we're actually pulling here, because it's probably not going to give us a whole lot. But we're charging 2 miles an hour. All right, 0 miles an hour. 2 miles an hour. All right. Well, that's something. That doesn't inspire a ton of confidence, but whatever. It's something, and we can at least see if maybe we can use this charger, this EVSE on the Tesla instead, since we have adapters and everything. But not the best. Oh well. Still something. But all right, well, we are here. Thanks for coming along with us for our first day of the road trip. Hope that everybody had a great time, and it was interesting comparing these two awesome EVs, two of the best ones out there on the planet right now, especially coming through the snow here. So with that, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you out there on the road.